All right, so this was a fairly embarrassing moment in my life in college. It was, for those that were there, it was snowpocalypse. It was like a ton of snow, like I think it's like 2.5 feet. It was the first time actually UV got let out for classes due to weather in like years. I was going to my environmental science class in the physics building. I was running a bit late, and I was getting to the class from the side entrance of physics off Emmett. It's a very easy class. It was a lot of based on attendance, and as long as you didn't mess up your attendance, you'd get, I think, 10 points added to your final grade. That's how easy it was. So to me, attendance was pretty important. I want to make sure that I got that easy 10 points, because who wouldn't want that? So I was kind of rushing to class. We got let out late, and the trek from New Cabell to physics should only take around like 8 to 9 minutes, and that's the gap we have for Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes. So I was going to class, and I saw that on the side of the building, it had like police line, like do not cross, or like caution, do not cross. There's some sort of like tape that said like don't do what you're going to do. So me, in order to save time, I was like, why should I go to the side or to the front entrance, which takes an extra minute? If I get late, I get crossed out, or I get marked tardy, and 3 of those you lose the 10 points. So I was like, I'll just take this side entrance. Like, this tape doesn't mean anything. That's a stupid tape. So I saw this girl. She was in front of me, maybe like probably 5 steps. She went through over the tape, and everything was fine. But of course, when I go over the tape, all of a sudden I get hit in the head with like something that's like, it hurt a lot. It was very heavy, and I was just like, what was that? Like, someone just like punched me from behind. And I looked up, and I saw like snow like falling from the roof. So like the snow had like accumulated over the side of the roof. And at that point in time, out of all the points in time possible, this huge thing of snow just collapsed on my head, hit me like right in the back of the head, like right here. And the girl in front of me was obviously just like shocked, because she lucked out by 5 seconds that she wasn't this sorry victim. So I'm looking at her, and I'm just like, do you know how to check for concussions? And she was like, what? No, sorry. And like jets off. And I was like, excuse me, do you not even care about what's going on? So she was useless. So I walk in the building, and I go to the first door to my right, and like it was like a staff door, like they were talking about something, and I was like, hey guys, sorry to interrupt, like I just got hit in the head with snow, like can you guys help? Like either I call like a name or something. And the first thing the guy said is, well, did you cross the police line? And I was like, yeah, I did. Like, I'm sorry, I was just trying to get the class faster. He's like, well, it was marked off for a reason. Like, that's unsafe. And I was just like, okay, I get it. I'm sorry. Like, can you help me? They're like, okay, fine, whatever. So like, they were clearly inconvenienced that I had made a mistake, and I was costing them time out of their daily lives. So they call like this ambulance. It was like a mini ambulance. It wasn't like an actual like emergency one room. So they call it out, and it takes a while to get there. But on the way, like I was like starting to get like lightheaded, and I was like I could actually die from this snow on my head. Like they said that like it was over 100 pounds of snow that collapsed on my head, and like if I was walking half a second slower, it would have killed me. Like knocked my head out and just obliterated me. So it skimmed the back of my head. So I was lucky for that. But I was just convinced. I was like, wow, like I could actually die like in this physics building that I hate so much. This is amazing. So like in the meantime, like I was texting my brother, yo Kev, like I got hit in the head with snow. He's like, wait, what? So I had to explain the story to him. He was like, do you need to come there? And I was like, no, I think I should be fine. And I was texting this girl I just started dating. We just became official like a week prior. So I was like, hey Olivia, like I'm at the physics building, like I just got like almost knocked out with snow. And then she freaks out. She was like, what? Where are you right now? So I was like, physics building. So she literally runs over. Right when she get there, like I was being loaded into like a stretcher, so like my neck didn't move, and like they put me into an ambulance. And she gets here like as I'm getting put in the ambulance, and the guy's like, excuse me, like who are you? She's like, I'm his girlfriend. Like can I come with you, please? And then the guy asked me like, sir, like do you know this girl? I was like, yes, it's Olivia. She can come. So then she sits in the front seat as I'm being driven to the hospital, and I just remember they were asking questions like, hey, like what's your name, what's your birthday, just to make sure that you're still conscious. And I remember hearing her in the front seat going like, I know the answers. If you don't know them, I know them. And then I was just thinking like, they don't care if you know. I promise. They don't want me to make sure I know. But she was being helpful. Like, she was doing what she could. So we drove to the hospital center, and like I was there for probably like 2 hours. I think they did the CAT scan. I'm not entirely sure. For like the next like half hour I was there was kind of hazy. I don't know if it was just because I got hit with snow, or just because I'm trying to block it out from my memory, because it's pretty embarrassing. So I'm there for maybe like 2 hours, and then I get like the all clear to go home. So I go back to my dorm, and then that's when my roommates were like, hey, I just heard about some kid in physics building who got hit with the head in snow. Like someone ran into their classroom and was like, hey guys, like someone just got hit in the head with snow, like they got almost knocked out. And my roommates were thinking in the class, so like, yeah, what fucking idiot did that? So I had to be the one that was like, that was me. And my roommates were like, are you fucking serious? And I was just like, oh no, like, yes, that was me. So for like the entire semester, they were like, hey Scott, you remember the one time when you hit with snow? And then they're like, yeah, they had like the whiteboard with the score. It was like Scott 0, Snow 1, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're like the remainder of the semester, they just would not let me forget it. And yeah, no cool scar stories about it or anything, but it was emotionally scarring. Yeah, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. I still remember, like, it was so vivid when it happened. I remember like what I was wearing. I just wish that girl was more helpful. She could have maybe just been like, oh yeah, you're fine, and then missed everything. But yep, February 8th, 2010, a day that will live in infamy.
That was good, man.